everyone. In the last lecture, we have to completed our example up to step number 7, which is edge strip reinforcement. So students, this is the end of our example number 3, which is the design of two-way slab. But this is the end of our example number 3, in which there is only slab S1 design. But it is not necessary to ask in GTU that you have to design slab S1, in which there is case number 4, which is two adjacent edges discontinuous. But sometimes there is another, all the slabs is also asked. So let us check what is the difference between slab S1 and other 8 cases. Okay, so let us start our example. So in this example, we have to design our this slab, which is slab S1. But sometimes in GTU it is also called as you have to design for slab S2. Then what is the difference between slab S1 and slab S2? So now whenever you have to design for two-way slab or one-way slab, your first step is to find out effective depth. Your second step is to find out effective span. Your third step is to find out load calculation. So these first three steps is remain same for whether it is slab S1, S2, S3, S4 up to S9, because there is 9 different cases for two-way continuous slab. Okay, so there is 1 to 3 step is remain same, but the change is in step number 4, which is moment calculation. And for moment calculation you have to find out moment coefficient first. Okay, so this moment coefficient is find out from page number 91, which is given on IS 456 2000. Okay, so let us start. What is the difference between slab S1 and slab S2? So if there is asking in the GTU or asking in any exam that you have to design for slab S2. Now first of all you have to see that which case is preferable while you have to design for slab S2. So you can see that in two-way slab, your main steel is going on both the side. Okay. So let us check at which side your reinforcement has to be discontinuous. Okay. So you can see that whenever your main reinforcement is in this direction, in H direction, your reinforcement is discontinuous on this edge, but your reinforcement is continue on this edge. And similarly, whenever your main reinforcement is in this direction, your main reinforcement is continue over this edge, and also your reinforcement is continue over this edge, because there is slab on both the side. It means your reinforcement is discontinue only on this side. So what is this dimension? This dimension is 4 meter. Okay, and this dimension is 5 meter. It means your reinforcement is discontinue over 4 meter. So 4 meter is your shorter span. Okay, it means your reinforcement is discontinue on shorter side. So for H2 slab, you can see that first case is interior panel. No, this case is not available, or this case is not for slab H2. Second one is one short edge continuous. Yes, over here our one short edge is discontinuous. It is also called as one short edge continuous, because you can see that your reinforcement is discontinue over here, but your reinforcement is continue over here. And in longer dimension your reinforcement is continue on the both the faces. It means for slab S2 you have to prefer from the case number 2. Okay, similarly Sometimes in GTU it is also asked that you have to design for slab S3. So as per slab S1 and S2, our first three step is remain same for all the slabs. Now whenever in two-way slab, your main steel is on both the sides. So whenever we have to put your main reinforcement on this direction, your reinforcement is discontinue on this edge, but your reinforcement is continue on this edge. And whenever you have to provide your reinforcement in this direction, it means in X direction, your reinforcement is continue on this edge and also your reinforcement is continue on this edge. Okay, so your reinforcement is discontinue over these edges. Now, what is this dimension? This dimension is 5 meter. Okay, so for slab S3, your case number 1 is not eligible. Case number 2 is already for slab S2. Now case number 3, one long edge discontinue. Yes, your for slab S3, your one long edge is discontinue for slab S3. And this is the design of the slab S3 for we have four moment coefficient, two negative and two positive. Okay, for alpha x negative, alpha y negative, alpha x positive and alpha y positive. So there is four moment coefficient. After finding out the four moment coefficient, we have to find out four moments and all the calculations are remain same as already calculated for slab S1. So for slab S3 we have to prefer for case number 3 and at last this is slab S4 and you can see that this slab S4 is your interior slab. It means your reinforcement is continue over all the four edges. So your reinforcement is continue over all the four edges. So for slab number S4, you have to prefer the case number 1. So students, this is the end of your finally two-way slab in which we have to prefer for case number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. So now after the calculation of slab, the load is transferred to beam because the load transfer from slab to beam, beam to column and column to footing foundation. So our next theory is distribution of loads from slab to supporting beams. So students, you all know that there is three types of slab. First one is one-way slab, second one is two-way slab and last one is cantilever slab, which is the cantilever slab is generally at the chhajja level, which is provided on at the lintel level to cover the open door. Okay, so there are three theories. First one is load on beam supporting one-way slab. Okay, so students, you can see that this is three one-way slab, three span. This is span number 1, slab number 1. This is slab number 2 and this is slab number 3. All the slabs is one way slab. This is LX, it means your shorter dimension and this is LY, it means your longer dimension. Okay. And you all know that in one way slab, your reinforcement is provided on shorter direction. It means you have to provide your reinforcement in this direction. Okay. Now your length is different over here. If not same and if we have to provide it all this length is different, then say for example it is LX1, this is LX2 and this is LX3. Now if your main reinforcement is provided on this direction and on vertical direction your distribution steel is provided, it means your main steel is it takes all the loads. It means your slabs half load is going to on beam B1 and half load is going to on beam 2. Similarly, from this slab half load is coming to B2 and half load is coming to B3. It means how much load is taken on beam B1. So the load on beam B1 is W. W means dead load or live load, which is in kilonewton per meter square. So in dead load there is two major loads, sulfate of slab plus floor finish. So this is W into Lx1 by 2. It means if this is Lx1, then Lx1 by 2 is going to B2 and Lx1 by 2 is going to B1. Okay. So now the load on beam B2. So you can see that this is B2. Then half of the load is coming from this slab and half of the load coming from this slab. So the total load on beam B2 is W into Lx1 by 2 plus Lx2 by 2. So students, this is the case number 1 in which when the load on a beam supporting one way slab, but if all this length is same, it means this is 3 meter, this is 3 meter and this is 3 meter, then how much load coming on beam B2? It means this is W into from 3 meter 1.5 meters load coming from slab S1 and 1.5 meters load is coming from slab S2. It means your beam B2 takes total 3 meter length load, 1.5 from left and 1.5 from right. So this is the case number 1. Now our case number 2 is load on a beam supporting two-way slab, and you all know that in two-way slab, your main steel is provided on both the faces. It means the slab supporting on beam. Okay, so the beam which supports the two-way slab. So all the four beams take some much load. Okay, so say for example, this is the two-way slab in which this is Lx and this is Ly. So this is beam A. These two beams is called as beam A and these two beam is called as beam B. Now, whenever your beam supporting two-way slab, then the load distribution diagram is like this. At shorter span, the load distribution shape is triangle, and on longer span, the load distribution shape is trapezoidal. Then what is the equation? So equivalent UDL on beam A, this is beam A, for triangle load is W into Lx by 3. And what is the equation for beam B? The equation for beam B is, this is the trapezoidal load, the equation is W into Lx by 2 in the bracket 1 minus 1 upon 3 beta square. Now W is the dead load and live load which is discussed in the earlier in the last slide. Lx is your shorter span always. By 2 is constant. Now what is beta? So the beta is the ratio of longer span to shorter span. Okay. So this is the case number 2, and your last case is when the load on beam supporting cantilever slab. This is cantilever slab. So say for this is your chhaja. Okay, so when there is a chhaja, then all the loads of chhaja is going to on their supporting beams. So this is your beam number A. So all the loads of this chhaja is going to this beam. It means what is the length? Length is Lx. So this beam is takes the load of the length Lx. So the equation is the equivalent load on beam A for the trapezoidal knot, but this is the cantilever portion. It is W into Lx. Okay, so students, this is the end of our three cases, in which our first case is the load on a beam supporting one-way slab, load on beam supporting two-way slab, and the last one is load on beam supporting cantilever slab. So you have to your in mind that all this equation and all these theories whenever you have to design for the beam in the next lecture. So students, This is the end of today's session. Thank